It's been a while since I've done this, so I'm trying to figure it out still. No. Oh, I am live. All right, cool. Yeah, sorry guys. It's been quite a long time since I've done this, so clearly I'm a bit rusty. Rusty and dusty. Try to set back here. Yeah, that works. All right. How's everyone been? We got, looks like one person watching. So yeah, it's been a long year. It's been quite a while since I've done anything here on YouTube. So, Mr. Poco, oh my lord, oh my lord, way too long. Yeah, it's been a long time. What, a year now? Way too long. It really has. I've been really missing doing stuff on YouTube. It's been quite a while. A lot has happened. A lot, like more than I can put into one video. I've been trying to figure out how to portray what has happened in a year in a video, which is going to be kind of a chore, which I would like to do, but I figured I would jump on and do a live stream. It's been a while. I just kind of was in a mood to come on and chat with people. So you probably don't remember me, but it's some random Jay. Oh, yay! Yeah, I was just talking about you today. We were just playing Fortnite. So yeah, over the past year, quite a bit has happened. We milled a lot of wood. We built a lot of projects. How have you and the family been? We've been really good. Having a lot of fun. It's been an interesting experience over the past year. We're at the point now where the boys are both homeschooled, so I'm homeschooling them. Emma still goes to public school because she needs the socialization, so she wants nothing to do with being homeschooled. She wants to be able to interact with other people, which I told her eventually if she wants to be homeschooled, we can make that work. So we're still trying to work on making that work for her. But over the past year, we've done quite a bit. About a year ago, what is it, November 1st here, shortly in about 15 minutes here in the Northeast, we started to pick up. Things started to pick up. We started to get busy, and I started to get a lot more custom woodworking orders coming in, sawmill orders coming in, and it became apparent that it was a bit more than I can handle by myself. So we hired, Fisherman 506, evening, Dylan and everybody. Blah, I can't even talk. I'm exhausted. How's it going, Fisherman? So yeah, a year ago, things got really busy, and we hired somebody full-time or not part, I'm sorry, not full-time, part-time, to help just with anything that I couldn't do myself. Woodworking and sawmilling and things like that. So we hired the first person we ever hired, which was the best person we ever hired. And I wish he was still here. It's been really great working with him. If he's watching, then hopefully he appreciates that. But yeah, but I appreciate it. So things went well for a while. Things started picking up. November last year, woodworking picked up. Early part of 2021, things started getting a bit busier. That position turned into a full-time job. And between him and I, we were milling wood and doing custom woodworking. The spring came and we started making picnic tables, which I didn't anticipate really turning into like a big thing, but it did. It turned into a really big thing. So we made a couple picnic tables. A couple turned into 2, 4, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100. And we made probably about 150 picnic tables over the course of a few months. We went from that one full-time person to 5 employees at one point. And the summer got busy. We were milling, we were building. We had Joe, who was our very first employee. He was pretty much 100% working here in the shop, making custom woodworking projects for people that were looking for custom woodworking. We had a full-time person, pretty much 100% custom building picnic tables. Anything from like a standard 6 or 8 foot picnic table to octagon, round, square, benches, whatever. He was making those. Also hired somebody part-time to help and assist him in building all of those things. So it turned out pretty well. We were having a lot of fun. We had several guys working with us, and it was just a blast. Everyone was having a good time. And then we started building a barn for our own personal use on our property next door. And the neighbors started thinking that was part of our business, and they thought we were turning into some big industrial thing. So they started causing a problem with our town, and because they were ignorant and really didn't know what we were doing, they thought what they saw was something else. So they stirred up some stuff, and we kind of got roped into this big whole legal thing. So long story short, we're now at a point where it's just myself again making things, and which is fun. Still having a good time doing that. We've downsized again, and we're having a good time. We're still selling slabs and making custom woodworking. I'm out doing off-site work using my skid steer, and recently purchased an excavator, which I'll show you at some point in the video. So I have an excavator. Quite a bit has happened. We're building a barn over on the property next door, which I'll show you that whole site over there. If you haven't seen a lot of these things, if you look on our Instagram, if you check out Instagram, you'll see quite a bit of those things, if you're curious. So if anyone has any questions about anything we're doing, feel free to throw them in the comment section here or the live chat. It says there's 3 watching now, which I'm kind of surprised. So we recently purchased a piece of land up in the northern part of New Hampshire. This is one of the biggest developments for me anyway, because it's one thing that I'm really interested in and something I really want to get into. So we started building an off-grid cabin up in the north country of New Hampshire. I bought a piece of land up there, 13 acres, north of the White Mountains. And we started working on building an off-grid cabin about 3 weeks ago. If you follow us on Instagram, you'll see the progression of that. I plan on doing some videos on how that was put together, but the reason I didn't do videos and edit them and put them on YouTube of that whole process is that I needed to get it done before winter. I wanted to try to get it all closed in and covered before the snow falls, which, you know, if you've done videos on YouTube, it slows you down quite a bit trying to move a camera around and edit and trying to get the good shots, and it's really hard to do that, so I just kind of got it done. So the cabin up there, hope I didn't lose the signal here, but the cabin up there, see, I'm going to read some comments here real quick. Fisherman, evening, Dylan and everyone. Good here on the East Coast, Canada. I know I don't have a lot of comments here, but hey, out of the woods. Hey, Nathan, how's it going? Good to see you here, bud. Your sawmill is doing well. I made it goof up. I dropped the blade down on a cant and messed up the blade guides, but we're going to get that taken care of. So, hope you've been doing well. Hope things are going well down there in Tennessee. That 70 must be a dream to run. Wahawk says, howdy. Oh, wrong Opera House. Yeah. So yeah, we got the cabin going up in the North Country. It's a 10 by 10, 100 square foot cabin. The reason for that is that building codes require anything above 100 square feet to have a permit. And I didn't really want to have to pull a permit to build like a little bunkhouse out in the woods for a place for me and my family to camp. It seemed kind of crazy because we're carrying all the wood out there by hand. We're not hiring contractors or anything crazy like that. So we're building a little place to camp out. So it's built on posts, which I think are going to be temporary. I'm going to put in some piers with some posts later and probably put the whole thing on girders. So the whole thing will be better supported, but I wanted to get it up in a hurry before the winter and the ground freezes and the snow comes. So we can at least get up there, camp, stay warm, and so we can do other things. Because I want to put in a suspended bridge, zip lines. I want to put in pulley systems for bringing materials out. I want to do a lot of bushcrafting stuff out there. It's going to be like kind of a playground for kind of outdoors, woodsy type stuff. And I want to do a lot of videos on those things, but I need kind of a base camp to work from, and which is why I've been really in a rush to build this little camp cabin thing. It's not perfect. I took a lot of shortcuts to get it built in a hurry, and I recognize that, and I'm gonna correct those things in the future. But initially, it was built as a place for us to just be able to sleep and have a warm place to stay when we go up there. Let's see. Mr. Poco says, so what mainly caused you to stop live streaming? Is it because you're super busy, or did you just forget about YouTube? So I didn't forget about YouTube. I always think about YouTube, which is kind of crazy. I really like creating content for YouTube. I really like the interaction. I have a lot of fun. Like, that's why I'm here now, because I don't have any content like edited and stuff like to put on YouTube right now, but I wanted to do something. I missed doing stuff on YouTube, but the thing that kind of stopped, I guess, was the fact that I just been really busy. And when you're doing YouTube live streaming, videos, all those things, it slows you down. And so I needed to, stop doing things that slowed me down. So I haven't done YouTube videos or live streams or anything like that in a year now. And that's mainly because I've just been so busy. Wahawk says, put in bunk beds to make room for activities. That's exactly the plan. So the cabin is 10 foot by 10 foot. I know a few people have said, you should have built it bigger. Well, if I built it bigger, I'd need a permit. On top of that, where I built it is nowhere near level. It's on the side of a hill, right next to wetlands. So it's a really difficult place to build. If somebody looked at that spot, they'd say there's no way you're going to build anything there, which is why I built it the way I did. I need to get at least a structure there that we can sleep in, stay warm, and have a place to stay while we're doing other things. It's 2 hours from where we live, and to round trip 4 hours to go up there to spend a day, that's a tough thing. So, and to spend a night in a hotel is expensive. So my initial game plan was to build something that we can stay in overnight that would be somewhat comfortable, that we wouldn't have to go up, set up a tent. There's no flat ground to set up a tent, so that's kind of out of the question anyways. But wanted to get like a bunkhouse, a place to live, but a place to go and stay while we're working on kind of a bigger plan. It's almost 13 acres. The front part of the 13 acres is wetlands. So when you step in from the road, within about 100 feet, you have a lot of wetlands. To get to the other, 11, 12 acres behind that, you have to get over that wetlands. That's a big deal, because if you want to get a road or a driveway or anything over that, you have to have a permit. And getting a wetlands crossing permit is a lot more of a big deal than just getting a normal driveway permit. So the reason that we're building the cabin the way we are is there's one point in the property where you can go in about 150 feet on top of a hill before the wetlands is there. And that's where we're putting that cabin. It's on the top of this little upland area right before the wetlands. My plan is we get that cabin set up and established. We have a place to stay. I want to build some pulley and zip line systems to be able to bring material up easier with less effort, because we've been, like, the cabin that we're building, we carried every bit of the material out by foot, through a trail, uphill, over rocks, stumps. It's not a good time trying to carry that stuff up the hill, but we did. We built the cabin, and we're going to have a place to kind of like a base camp to work from. I've been researching building a suspension bridge using steel cables. So that's one of the things I want to do, is build a suspension footbridge from the upland area of where the cabin is to the upland area on the other side of the wetlands going into the back part of the property. Once you get to that point, you have about 10, 11 acres to access. That's all fairly flat, slightly sloping, but very, very good area to develop on. We can build a cabin and, I mean, pretty much like a home up there. Ultimately, eventually, we'll probably put in a driveway getting up there. It's going to require a lot of permits and work, probably a couple years worth of work, but in the meantime, I want to do some stuff up there that I think that will be fun. Let's see. So Wahawk says uphill sucks. Uphill does suck, especially uphill wetlands. But tomorrow, so we've been going up there since we purchased the property every weekend. It started out with the property's never been used. It's land that is been, it's just bare woods north of the White Mountains. It's just been woods. It's never been, nothing has been done. So we purchased it. I cut in like a foot trail with some machetes and axes and stuff, and we kind of found a spot that was up high and somewhat flat. No, I shouldn't say flat, but the flattest area before you get to the wetlands. And that was the point that I picked to build the cabin. From that point, I designed the cabin in 3D SketchUp, determined all the wood I needed, milled all that wood, loaded it up on a truck and trailer, 2 or 3 trips up, hauled that wood up there, unloaded it off the truck into just inside the property. And we've been working on building the cabin from there. As we need the wood, we haul it from that landing point up the hill into the woods to where the cabin is. We built the base, the walls, the roof, and the roofing, and now we're starting to insulate the walls. So we've come quite a way. Everything on foot, carrying everything in by hand. There's no roads going up into it, nothing. I have an excavator and a skid steer, which I eventually plan on bringing up there to make it a little bit easier to access, but right now I just want to access it all kind of with as little impact as possible. It's been fun camping up there, but like I said, my initial plan is to build the camp so we have a place to stay while we're doing other things, putting in the footbridge, putting in the zip lines, working on clearing area for a future bigger cabin and that sort of thing. So I don't know if, it says 3 watching right now, not a lot of people watching, but if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. I'll be right back. I gotta let the dog in, so 1 sec. My phone says 5 watching. My phone says 2 watching, but that's all right. All right. So I thought there would be a lot more people on the live stream, I guess. It's been quite a while since I've done a video, so. Yeah, a lot of things have changed. A lot. The workshop really hasn't changed too much. There's the table saw covered in crap. The computer sitting on a project I'm working on. I just inlaid a couple of bow ties over here on this slab that I'm working on, which I just posted up on Instagram. For anyone who's been following me for a while knows that I quit my job in IT and computers to do this. So it's definitely been an experience. Yeah, so the plan tonight is, let's see, it's 12 o'clock. So we're planning on leaving here in about 6 hours. I'm going to head off, go to bed here shortly, but we're going to head up north. I have a small little tiny home wood stove that we're going to install up there. We're going to finish insulating the cabin and make it so we can at least start staying in there. And then this way we can start building bunk beds. We can start putting in bracing for the cabin because the cabin's kind of wobbly. I took a lot of shortcuts building it because I wanted to build it in a hurry. Knowing that I built it in a hurry, I knew that I was going to have to do a lot of bracing after the fact. So that's going to be a big part of what I'm going to be doing up there, is a lot of bracing, and the roofing is going to come next year. But in the meantime, I put a lot of synthetic felt roof paper up on the top, so that'll hold up at least for the winter anyway, which shouldn't be a problem. But so I'm going to head off to bed here. Doesn't look like a lot of people joined on, but if anyone has any questions and they see this video after the fact, definitely throw those questions down in the comment section. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer those. Maybe we'll do another video coming up soon to answer those questions. But anyway, I appreciate anyone who joined in on the video here real quick to say hi. I know it's been quite a while. Sorry, it's been a long time since we've done a video, but I appreciate you guys hanging on. And hope you guys all have a great week, and we'll see you next time.